there are realities that we are both aware of.
Okay.
That have been outlined in Eastern philosophy, right?
Okay.
Like very clearly and are taught, and we both subscribe to and believe in. And the both of us live very active and vibrant lives. So what I'm saying is, or what I'm questioning is how there are people who have the same exact thought processes of us in the universe that come from those same schools of thought that we subscribe to, that live exactly opposite us.
Because they internalized it and projected it differently because they see the world differently. They have a different perception. So what that meant to them was an entirely different feeling. We all feel happiness, but we only understand happiness as what it is that we have experienced. I don't know what happiness feels like to you. I only know what it feels like to me. So they could have that same they could have that same thought process or feeling that we're describing, and it's in fact entirely different in the emotional perception and weight that it holds to them. And therefore it will be portrayed externally in a different way, and that can be violent, that can be subtle, but the reality is we're all just different people.
Yeah.
So we're going to make different choices based on the knowledge that we inherit.
Well, that's what's so interesting to me about, and I'm speaking like vastly generally. Obviously, there are religious schools of thought, like religions, I believe, in the world that I do think are good things. There are certain, religious ontological practices that are a net positive for humanity. But generally speaking, my problem with organized religion is that every religious experience as I've ever had has propelled me to move forward in my life being more strange and more vocal and expressive and, just circus-like. That's all of my, religious divine experiences have made me value that aspect of myself more and want to express more. And it seems like the goal of religion, especially Western religions, but what a lot of people don't ever talk about, people that are critical of religious thought don't ever criticize Eastern religions for this, but they're the same, or they potentially can behave the same way, potentially, is that organized religion tends to just homogenize human beings and just dampen that and just take self-expression down.
So I think that's a very valid point, because it can, again, there's two sides to that coin, and I think the obvious answer or explanation would be that, the wrong people, it's gotten into the wrong hands,
course,
and it's gotten into the wrong interpretations in some
well,
fields.
Of course,
there
are completely secular institutions too that do this to people.
So there's
what I
know and that I understand, is we are both artists. So this knowledge, let's just refer to it as knowledge that we've gained, imagine it as a thing in our hands. It's as it's opened our mind, our third eyes, conscious, whatever. It has made us more expressive as artists because we're more free and less bound by the shackles of our own, I guess, self-consciousness.
And we understand human
self-awareness.
potential.
So, and as artists, it's like then the art is something that you're making, at least for us, like to be seen and be interpreted and to exist as a thing. And part of my medium, music, is like it's just seen. It's intended to be seen, and intended to make a difference. Like that is the purpose of its existence, and its existence is the purpose of its existence. But that knowledge then manifests in that medium, the artistic medium, as more expressive, more chaotic, more crazy, more circus-like, and just more wild, more fucking Van Gogh cutting his ear off, kind of like not actually that was, but something entirely different. But internally in my interpersonal life, the way I interact with like the people that I'm comfortable around, that I love, like specifically in like my friend and relationship group, I'm not talking like about my family, because my family is, it's kind of like, it has a different set of like I don't know, just like feelings and emotions and attachments. Because I'm like, I understand that thing better, but it's made me quieter and able to say less and be okay with more and let go of things more and be more at peace in my interpersonals with like you and like my girlfriend and things like that. And also, with my family in a lot of regards, just more so, I think, in my personal relationship, maybe because I'm more comfortable around my family and I show more, like, it's easier for me for my negative stuff to show through and be less stoic about it.
Right.
But it's like, while it's been more expressionistic and circus like in that medium, it's been the opposite in the internal reflection. And a lot of the people that you're saying they live boring lives, they don't all have that external. They
don't
have
need
that.
to express
They
like
just
that,
have
yeah.
that internal.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't
true.
say that's boring. I'd say it's the same exact thing. It's just a different taste.
Well, no, like I said,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
not
different color.
criticizing it.
No, you're not.
I'm just
I
saying,
get what
like,
you're saying. Yeah.
it's so crazy to me that, like, because I'm a Taoist, we'll talk about this in another episode too. We should do a whole fucking episode on shit like this. But
we went from
like,
Zach.
I know
we went from
Jesus
defeat
Christ.
to this. It makes
but-
sense. The last card.
Yeah. No, but like I'm a Taoist and I'm like dedicated to that spiritual path. I really, it speaks to me, and I'm always just blown away by the people that I read and that I listen to that live such monastic, like rigid, structured lives. Because we adhere to the same philosophy, we both believe in the same things, and we believe in the way the universe works the same way, and we both have this at least similar attitude, but we have just radically different ways of expressing it and radically different. I think I just answered my own question.
A little.
Like, because it's like, yeah, it's just these are all the different colors of the universe, and I think that's why
That's what I was
Taoism,
saying,
that's why Taoism spoke to me so much, is because, it can take so many forms, whereas like you can only have maybe 3 different types of Mormons. You know what I mean?
That's what I was trying to say. Like,
yeah.
They're gonna feel it
Differently,
and
because
that's
it's
just-
an invitation
Yeah.
to a way to exist.